So today I had the pleasure of interviewing Angela Bayer. She's a former finance expert, turned fitness pro, turned coach, former Miss Universe. She has a wonderful story, and I'm looking forward to sharing it with you. Stay tuned. Let's get it. So today I had the pleasure
with Angela Bayer.
If you're over 40 and want to be the best version of yourself, Fit Over 40 with Coach Clarence is here to help.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Fit Over 40 with Coach Clarence. I am your host, Coach Clarence, and today I have the pleasure of speaking with Angela Bayer. And she is a health coach, a personal trainer. And she told me something just a second ago, and I already forgot. But I'm going to let her say what it is because it's a really cool title and the way she addresses muscle. I'm really excited to talk to her because a lot of times I have more male coaches on the show, and I've done several female coaches, but I really want to get her perspective. And I have some questions that always come up after I have a female coach on. So, Angela, how are you? And welcome to the show.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I'm doing well. I'm excited to be here.
All right, glad to have you. Now, tell me that title you gave me that I forgot. Muscle-Centric. That's what you said. Yeah, Muscle-Centric.
Muscle-centric approach. Yes.
What is the muscle-centric approach?
Most of my clients come to me because either they want to lose weight or they have some health issues. And most of the time, the key to reaching their goals is actually getting their muscle tissue healthy again. Most people have an unhealthy structure or not enough muscle. And interestingly, we always focus on body fat. And we measure it, we talk about it, what's ideal, what's not ideal. Nobody talks about muscle. And I say most people are not over fat, they're under muscled. And going that road and actually working on quality muscle changes the body composition, and in a way easier and gentler approach, and it's more maintainable than anything else. And usually it's very harsh if we go into weight loss or fat loss. It's not sustainable, and you're actually destroying muscle. And that's where the yo-yo effect comes in, and you just bounce back and you make it even worse. So, yeah.
So you were telling a cool story about, she's from Germany, everybody, which is fascinating. Tell her about how you got here from Germany, kind of a non-traditional way.
No, very untraditional. First, I came to learn English, and I went to a university and took English as a second language. I fell in love with the country, wanted to stay, and I have a finance background. I was always in finance in Germany, worked my way up in the bank very successfully, actually. But anyway, quit my job, came here, and I got an internship at a bank, and I was so happy just to get my foot in the door and whatever it takes, so to speak. And I was working in the bank, talking to my immigration lawyer, what can I do to get a work permit? And she's like, well, there are too many bankers in the States. There's nothing special about it. You won't get a work visa. I said, well, is there not any other way? And she said, well, if you have any special skills, you can get a green card. I said, okay, well, I don't have any special skills in finance, but I do have special skills in bodybuilding. I can lift things up and put them down really well. And she's like, okay, if you can win a world champion title for the United States, you can get the green card. I'm like, well, that's a stretch. But okay. So what I did was I like journaling. Like I said, I like numbers. So I just pulled out my old food journals, my workout journals. I dialed everything in, prepped for actually Miss Florida in natural bodybuilding, and I started in the class Miss Physique. So was actually a little bit of a higher class, bigger class. So anyway, yeah, I won Miss Florida, got qualified for Team USA. I competed at the Miss USA in Los Angeles. I won Miss USA, got qualified for Miss Universe. And I mean, I'm it's not that, it wasn't that fast. It was a lot of work and
Sure.
prepping and yeah, tunnel vision. And then I represented the United States at the Miss Universe show, and I was able to win Miss Universe for the United States. Yeah.
Let's talk about that for a second, because a lot of women are doing that now. It's kind of like a bucket list thing that a lot of women do now. They just kind of want to reinvent themselves. Talk to me a little bit about what, I know what prep means to the average person listening. What does prep mean? What is that like? And because a lot of women say, hey, I really want to do, I think I want to do it. And at first I say, no, you don't, because they don't realize the work that goes into that. And it's a lot, it's a commitment. So talk a little bit about how you prepared for the first one.
Right. So, to be honest with you, it's very simple, but it's not. So the key is consistency. And I like I said, it was more like tunnel vision. What I did, I was actually like eat, train, sleep, repeat. I measured my food every day. I prepped my food. My workouts were consistent daily. Like there was not a day I would have skipped. There was not a day I would have gone out to a restaurant or eat anything outside my diet plan. Like I said, I measured it, I dialed it in, and a lot of recovery. I was just focused on that. Did I go to parties? Maybe, but I left early and I had a glass of water. Yes. But for me, that was just more important. And my friends respected that. It's not, it can get lonely, so to speak, but yeah, it was just worth it. To be honest with you, I was a banker, so that was a profession I did well. It was not my passion. The happiest time in my life was actually getting ready for the or for those shows, because I was in my flow. I was doing what I enjoyed, and it sounds bizarre because working out is hard, but that was a good hard for me. I think life is hard in general, so pick your heart.
Very true.
Yeah, so I picked to work out and eat clean, and my body just likes it. I like to move. I like to know what I put in my body is healthy. That's very important to me. So for me, it made all sense, you know?
All right, so let me play devil's advocate here. So let's say I'm a 45-year-old woman. I got a husband and some kids running around. I'm driving them to volleyball and softball practice and whatever sport. And I'm listening to you, it's something I want to do, but you're like, no partying, making meals every day. Is that what an average woman needs to get in shape? Or is that like going to the next level?
That is going to the next level. And to be honest with you, everybody, yeah, everybody's different. Everybody has a different background and everybody has a different life. So what you need to do is dial the lifestyle in to get the best out of it, to make the best and be the best. So like I said, I love to work out in the morning, but some people are not morning people, so it doesn't work for them. They work out in the afternoon. Right or wrong? Not really, just get the workout in. You know what I'm saying? So eating clean is a process too, depending on what you're exposed to. I was very fortunate because I was never really exposed to fast food or processed food or yes, I know. So I never had alcohol in my life. I know, very, very different. Yep, I know. But I was always into sports, so I was always surrounded by athletes, and we were always focused on getting better, and that was set us back, so we wouldn't do it. And then I never started because I was too old for that.
Fascinating. So when you are preparing for, do you still compete, or is that you already
Not anymore. I just well, not just, I love helping others to get to their goals.
So you're down in Florida, correct?
Yes.
Okay, so do you coach locally or do you coach all over the place? Like, are you online?
I am online, and believe it or not, I have clients in Korea, I have clients in Europe, I have clients in Canada, clients all over the United States, and it's very funny sometimes how I have to figure out the time zones.
Yes.
Where am I? What time is
Right.
it?
Exactly. I've had people on in China and Russia, and I'm like, what time
Right?
is it there? Yeah, you gotta definitely, some of the apps help, but you gotta know what time it is.
Yep.
So you obviously are working out, got in shape. Was it easy for you to find clients? Was it just a natural people looked at you and like, hey, I want to get in shape too? Or did you have to really market yourself?
Good question. I really had to market myself.
Really?
It was not, well, after I won Miss Universe, I started being a personal trainer.
Mm-hmm.
And I did not know how to market or do anything. What I did, I just hung out at gyms and talked about that I want to be a personal trainer. And so I got one client after the other, after the other. What happened then, though, when you have a base, all of a sudden it gets momentum.
Yes.
And then you don't have to market anymore.
Yes.
Then you just have to see how to fit them all in.
Right.
And it's very interesting how it literally flipped. Like when you start out, I had one client maybe a day, and then I ended up having 24 clients a day and working 7 days a week. And I'm like, I can do this. And I had to make some changes and put it in a different format. Yes. But like I said, it gets momentum.
Mm-hmm. It's cool when you're passionate about what you do because you have to be passionate when you are working with people like that. Do you have mostly women or do you train men as well?
Oh no, I train men as well. And it's interesting at the moment, I have more men than women, which is
I
very
wonder why you
unusual.
have more men than women. I really need help with these biceps, Angela. They can
Well,
hang out with you for an hour.
I like to build muscle, and they're building muscle very quickly. Let me tell you. Yeah, it's fun.
Who's easier to work with, the men or the women?
What?
Who's easier to train, the men or the women?
Okay. I can't say that in general. It's very different. Depending actually what kind of profession they have. It's
Really?
more different with the profession. Yeah.
Yeah. I
Mm-hmm.
trained for 34 years. I'm no longer in the gym. Now I just do online, but I had 70 to 80% of my clients were women. Not by design. I wasn't marketing to women. That's just how it went. Because people always say people want to train with people they want to look like. And I'm like, no one wants to look like me. Not these women. I don't know why, but that just seemed to be my fit. So it's interesting to hear what you get. Sometimes opposites attract, they don't want to deal with
True.
stuff that another woman would be doing. Or you see the female trainer at the gym, it's the classic. They're just talking, there's no work getting done. They're just gabbing and it
Yeah.
sounds like a gossip fest. So, and I've
I want
had
to
female
say
clients say, that's why I won't get a female trainer. They want somebody that's going to push them a little bit, but it's just, everybody's different.
I just want to say, I do have some clients, they need that time actually to
Oh,
vent.
yeah. Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Like there is not, they're moving, but I wouldn't call it a workout. They're moving. Yeah, that's true. But then I have very goal-oriented clients, and there is no talking.
Yeah.
It depends. Yeah, it's very different. It's interesting too, because sometimes I have clients who are prepping for an event. And because of my competition background, I'm just very good at dialing people in to look a certain way on a certain day, because that's like what I did for many years. So I have a lot of brides to get ready for their wedding. And trust me, motivated.
Yeah, they're motivated for sure. Yeah.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But I have clients too, they had strokes, they had hip replacements, knee replacements, MS, Parkinson's. I work with those clients as well. And I challenge them. they gotta work as well, you know. And it's amazing how much they can do and how much they can improve if they really want to.
Yeah.
There's a lot of mindset going on, mind over matter.
Let's
And it
talk
all
about that.
starts in the mind.
Let's talk a little bit about mindset because that's important. What is your philosophy in terms of how do you tie? I mean, everybody knows how to do a push-up, a bench press, a squat. How do you tie in the mind that gets them into the gym, gets them eating better? How do you put that together?
Again, I have to see where they're starting out and what's going on. Like, for example, some of my clients are true sugar addicts. And it's painful, get them off of the sugar. And boy, we go through the roller coaster. What I do with my clients, I put some habit stacks in place, things they have to do on a daily basis to actually strengthen their mindset. And this is, for example, they write down their food, what they're going to eat the next day in the evening. So in the evening, they're writing down their commitment, what they're going to do tomorrow. So I want them to prep it, be on the safe side, and they know exactly what they're going to do the next day. And by doing this and creating that habit, it keeps them off of the food thoughts. And we have to stop those. So that helps them to actually not thinking about food and thinking about other productive things. And this is major. The not knowing and trying to wing it, and then afterwards writing it down and maybe sending in the food journal and, well, this happened and this. No, we're not doing this. I want structure and a framework where they can move in. And the framework sounds restrictive, which is not. It gives them more food freedom. And that's just an example. I want the workouts scheduled. The workouts are commitments we are going to do, and they're non-negotiable. That's what we are doing, and that's the plan. And if you're not committed, you won't change. You know, if you don't put it in action, there is nothing happening. We can talk about the best workouts and the best diet all day long. If we are not doing it, it's not going to work.
Yes.
And this is something where maybe I have to push a little at the beginning because it's uncomfortable. And sometimes we have to get out of our comfort zone, you know, and need some challenges to actually move the needle. Yeah.
Yes, I agree. I like that. I like that a lot. Obviously, getting here from another country, dealing with that, and the fear of what if you don't win? Now you don't get this work visa. What are some other obstacles you've had to overcome in your life, and how do you parlay that into your fitness coaching?
Okay, I had a lot of obstacles, and I have a lot of fears. I still have a lot of fears, and what I always tell myself is, okay, I address it. I know I have fear right now, but I do it anyway, no matter what. I just do it. And this is something, sometimes I don't have it perfect.
Yeah.
But I get started. And perfection, I think, never happens. It's never perfect, but it's always good. You know what I'm saying?
But you have
So
people who are stuck in that. They're waiting on the perfect time to start, and they never start. And there
well
is a perfect
spoken.
time to start, you know?
Yes. The perfect time is now.
Yeah.
How about that?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's so funny. New Year's resolutions, you know, come around. Everybody wants to work out. Everybody's super excited. And then I have those. They're still researching the perfect sneakers and the perfect workout clothes. And in February, they're still, I'm almost there, almost
Yes.
ready. I'm like, wow.
Yeah, I
Lost
get it.
already a month. But it's interesting how everybody's different. Yeah, it's fascinating. That's the fun of the job, I think.
Mindset. I'm gonna go back to that because that's a big part of what we do.
Mhm.
What do you think the typical American, since you train men and women, what do you think the biggest obstacles they're dealing with right now?
That they want instant gratification. Everything has to be fast.
Uh-huh.
And nothing is really fast if it comes to health.
That
You
is true.
have to give it time. It's a process. And we are always looking for a magic pill, a magic plan, or God knows what, injection. There is no magic to it, and it doesn't go quick or fast.
That's true.
That's one of the biggest obstacles I see.
And how do you get people to see that there's no magic pill, there's nothing quick, because that's what they're being sold on.
Yeah.
Every time they turn on the TV, their computer, it is get this, take this pill, follow this diet, you know. How do you get people to get past that hurdle?
I mean, there is a lot of information out there and a lot of confusing information. And I mean, if we see like even social media, it's just a flip. We're going through it so quickly. I mean, that even, we don't even read the end. So if you have a consultation with me and we actually see where we are starting and where we want to go and what the result is, I actually talk about the process and how long it will take realistically and in a gentle way. So we are not harming the body, we are not shocking the system, and we can maintain it. And it's also interesting when I talk about a plan from A to B, I talk about it and it looks like a straight line. You know what I mean? Okay, this is what we're doing. Oh, easy. Okay. And then we start, and I know how it goes. There are roadblocks, there are stop signs, there are detours. It goes up and down and crazy.
Yeah.
And then it will take even longer. And it's very, very interesting because life gets lively. And I prepare them for that as well. And I dial them back in. So if we go a little bit off road, we dial back in and go back on the road and keep going step by step. Yeah.
So how do you typically, once you find someone's interested in your program, how do you typically do you do a consultation? Do they fill something out online? How does that work?
No, I actually have a personal consultation. I'll take the time and talk to them. And that's where you clarify the most. I mean, you can actually, if you talk, you can literally address whatever obstacles there are or how the program works. And for me, support is huge. This is something what is one of my main focus on, that there is a lot of support from my side, but also a community where they can share their experience.
Gotcha.
So, like I said, everybody has their up and downs. And when you are in the down, you have to have support. You have to have people who lift you up and keep you back or get you back on track. And I'm always there for support. But like I said, I have a group where we share our experience, and it just makes us stronger altogether.
Is this an online group, or is this just inside your, is it like a social media or something like that?
Yeah, it's a Facebook group, and that's where I go on and I do coaching as well. So people can ask questions, but if it's not one-on-one, I have the group as well. Yeah, because I think it's huge.
Do you subscribe to any specific type of diet or philosophy, or what's your philosophy on eating?
Love that question. That's a big one. Again, protein forward diet. And
protein forward, huh? Okay, that's it. Explain what that means.
In general, what I see is that, again, we are not eating enough protein to maintain healthy muscle. And the important thing is, the older you get, the more protein you need to trigger muscle protein synthesis.
Sure.
So a meal has to be a robust protein intake to keep the muscle, to build the muscle. And most of the time, it's not there. And spreading out small meals, having little protein here and there is the worst you can do, especially when you get older. So my diet is focused on a high quality protein intake per meal. And yeah, you have to earn your carbs depending on how healthy your metabolism is. That's what determines how many carbs you can eat. And the rest is just healthy fats. I'm very focused on like the omega-3s, anti-inflammatory, brain health, and all that stuff. So that's my main focus. Interestingly, I say more protein. It doesn't mean that you can eat more when you get older. So the caloric intake is different and the ratio of the macros is different. When you're younger, in your 20s, you can get away with less protein than when you're older, but it doesn't mean that you can eat more when you get older. So the calories are maybe different.
Let's see. So what do you say to women who say, I want to get in shape, but I don't want to get all big and muscular? What do you say to them?
Yeah. Oh my goodness. Yeah. You have to lift a lot of weight to get bulky. And women having a hard time putting on muscle. I mean, to be honest with you, if I see my male clients, wow, 8 weeks and what a difference.
Yeah.
And women have to push really hard. And it's actually always surprising to me how women are so scared of resistance training.
Yes.
It's such a myth. Like, don't worry, lift heavy, you won't get bulky, but you want to have the quality muscle. And think about it too. The size of a pound of body fat is the size of a basketball. The size of a pound of muscle is the size of my fist. So not even moving the scale, but just changing the body composition, you are smaller. And the scale hasn't even moved yet. I mean,
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's just, it's tough to get people to understand that. Because they see things on the media, or they want to look feminine still, but still have that look. But I love that analogy, because what I typically show women is the people who get bulky per se, they're not dropping a lot of body fat. They might be stimulating the muscle, so that overall big picture is getting bigger. But sometimes it's simple, and this may sound harsh, but I've done this. This is your arm, and I'm pinching the fat of your arm. Look how much if you got rid of this, how smaller your arm would look. Because they say, I'm looking bulky. And it's like, look at this. Half of this is your fat. You know, if these fat cells shrunk, then you could see more definition in your arm. So again, it's like overcoming all those things that we're taught, and that's that mindset piece. Go ahead. I'm sorry.
Yeah, the thing is too, most of the time, people in their 40s and 50s, they don't have a healthy metabolism anymore, meaning they are insulin resistant. It doesn't show up in the blood work. So in the blood work, you have a snapshot of that day, what's going on, but we are not looking at the structure of the cell.
Yes.
So when you eat carbs, what happens? It's energy, right?
Right.
So it hits digestive tract, it goes into your bloodstream, it's blood sugar. The blood sugar is high, you get the signal to the pancreas, it produces insulin. So now the insulin's supposed to open up the cells and get the glucose out of the bloodstream into the muscle. Well, if the muscle is damaged or not there, what does the insulin do? Nothing. So the blood keeps the glucose. So we have too much sugar in it. It hits the liver. It spills over in the liver. And what do? We produce visceral fat. And you can see that in so many people when they are actually having skinny arms and legs, but having like this belly. That's visceral fat. That's a problem. That's telling me this body is really unhealthy and the liver has a hard time right now because the structure of the muscle cell is unhealthy. It's not there. Those are people who just need to work out and get this straightened out. That's actually an easy way to fix it.
Let's talk about, you probably do, like me, deal with a lot of professionals. What's your philosophy on time management? Because we were talking before we came on, you were just talking about your schedule, and you've got a wonderful gym in the background. For those who are listening, you can't see, but on the YouTube show, you'll be able to see her in the background. She's got a nice gym.
Yeah.
How do you deal with time management? Because what do most people say when you say, I want to get in shape? They'll say, Oh, I'm just busy. I'm so busy. I don't know where I would fit it in. How do you deal with that?
Okay, so to be honest with you, if you're not having the self-worth of investing time for your own health, then I don't even know what to say. You have to have so much love for yourself that you make the time. If people don't make time, they don't have any self-respect, you know. I understand life gets lively, but we are not talking about hours and hours and hours. If you start with 20 or 30 minutes a day, you did something. It's a start. And you don't even have to go to a gym. You can do this at home. Now, another extreme, but this is my life and this is how it goes at the moment. But I get up at 3 a.m. to do my workout because during the day, I don't want to think about, oh, I still have to work out. I still have to work out. I want to do my thing. I want to do my thing. I want to be done. And then I'll take care of my clients. And my clients, I start with them at 5 a.m., 5:30 a.m., depending, you know, what time zone or what their time schedule is, because yeah, my clients are always first, and yeah, that's how I do it. I make the time.
I saw on your Instagram that you were cooking. How well do you cook? Are you a really good cook? Or have you
No,
just learned because of meal prepping for yourself?
I would not say I'm a good cook, but it's all very healthy and tasty. But am I a chef? No.
Why do you say you're not a good cook?
Well, it's I like it, let's put it that way, but it's all like, you know, grilled. It's
So it's
fresh,
pretty basic. You're not throwing a
very,
bunch of
very wholesome.
sauces and
No,
different things on there. Okay.
I like spices a lot, but no, it's a very very simple. It has to be quick, easy, wholesome. I want real food on my plate. And
Do you ever cheat? People probably want, do you ever eat something that's not healthy or wholesome? Do you ever, like, do you have a
no,
sweet tooth?
I no, I actually don't. To be honest with you, I don't like even the word cheat meal because I'm not a cheater. So why would I do a cheat meal? I'm just not doing it. It
Okay.
doesn't sit well with me. It's just not, and it messes with my head, you know, like it's not good. I'm just in a happy place, to be honest with you, and that's what I do. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Well, that's different. That's different. Most people have something that they snack on. So what do you tell people who say, listen, I've got a corporate event tomorrow and there's going to be
Mhm.
things that aren't on our plan. How do you coach them through that? Because that's just normal life. You might
Of
be
course.
an analogy, you know, you might have just, you're superwoman. You don't eat
Oh
sweet,
no.
you don't drink, you know, you must have some bad habits. Do you clean? Is your house dirty?
No, I don't have a lot of stuff. Let's put it that way. I keep it simple
You're
again.
a minimalist. Okay, that's
Yeah.
smart. That's smart. So how do you deal with that person that says, hey, listen, I'm the CEO and we host
Yeah.
parties, and how do you teach them to deal with that, navigate that without making it weird?
Right. So I always, if there is an event going on or party or something, it's nothing wrong with asking the day before what is going to be there as food. And so you can make healthy choices. Like you can actually, there's always something healthy there. And if not, to be honest with you, just have something before you go. So you're not super hungry. So you had something, and then you go there and you just have a little taste, whatever it is, but you're not starving and you're not overeating and you're not losing control. I mean, it's always in the prep. And if you have like a bigger event and the option to actually say to the restaurant, hey, I want something just grilled, or I want the dressing on the side, or whatever it is, you can call ahead and just tell them, you know. I mean, if you are serious about it, and if it makes a difference to you how you feel, and if you don't want to have a setback, you just make that phone call. You know, it's really not that complicated, and it's not awkward, and it changed a lot, to be honest with you. Like, there's so many healthy options nowadays. It's just that you have to make the effort to get the information and just not go unprepared into it. And then you say, oh, well, that's the first thing I'm seeing. That's what I'm eating. I mean, yeah, it's all in the prep.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Interesting. What is your age range of the clients that you deal with?
I actually have from teenagers to my oldest client is 96.
96. What does that work out like? What is that coaching like?
To be
Is
honest,
he or she still mobile?
She's very fit. Yeah. She does her resistance training 3 times a week.
Like, she physically goes into a gym?
No, I go to her house.
Oh, you go to her. Okay, she's an in-home client.
Yep.
Okay, those are best sometimes.
I bring the equipment to her, and yeah, she loves it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I have a lot of elderly clients because just of the location where I'm at, and they're all fit, very fit people. I mean,
I love that.
70s, 80s, they play tennis, they play golf, and yeah, they work out. They take it very seriously.
So one of the big things I wouldn't say it's a controversy, but everybody has an opinion on it, is cardio. What's your take on cardio, for fat loss? Because people say, oh, I work, I run, or I, walk on the treadmill, and so that's how I lose weight. So what's your take on that?
Okay. Again, you're not producing any healthy muscle tissue. You're literally burning up energy with doing cardio. If you do cardio for, like, you want to train cardiovascular, good, do it. If you enjoy running, amazing, do it. Would it move the needle if it comes to fat loss? No. At one point, you will hit a plateau, and you will have to increase the cardio more and more and more. And all of a sudden, we are overtraining on a treadmill or on a Stairmaster, spending way too much time and getting burned out. That there is a limitation to it. Do I like zone 2 training, being in the fat burning zone, so to speak? Yes, I do. Absolutely. And do I like high intensity workouts? Oh, of course, yeah. But I pace them, I space them out, and I never skip the strength part. That's where you move the needle, and that's where you get the most bang for your buck. And yeah, that's the basic. Do I mix it up? Yes, I do. And do I change the workouts all the time? Yes. Yes.
So with your clients in that upper age range, how important is strength training to their balance? And because we see a lot of elderly people fall, break their hips, shoulders, they lose balance. A lot of it's because they become inactive and joints start stiffening up. So how important is that to someone that's older, the strength training?
I think the older you get, the more you have to pay attention to it. Sarcopenia happens or can start in your 30s, meaning loss of muscle. Now, it's 1% per year. To think about it, if you're not taking care of your body, where you end up in your 50s and 60s, you're so frail. When you fall, there is immediately a broken hip or something, because if there is not strong muscle tissue, the bones usually get frail as well. It's connected. The muscle communicates with everything in your body: endocrine system, your hormones, your metabolism, your brain function, cognitive function, and bone density. So keeping the muscle up is major important. Of course, I always include balance training. I test my clients how they are with their balance, and I include that in the workouts as well. But I have a combo then with strength training and balance. Yes.
Awesome. So what is your professional goal at this point?
My profession,
you've accomplished quite a bit. You have a background in finances. you've won world championships in bodybuilding. What's next for you?
Yeah, I want to put my personal training business, coaching business to the next level. And I want to build an online community and an online program where I can provide a way broader service and cover more bases.
Can anybody join your group, or do they have to be an actual client?
Oh, no, they're more than welcome to join my group.
So tell everybody where your group is, so they want to check you out.
It's called the Shape Up Group on Facebook.
The Shape Up Group.
Yes, because my company name is House of Shape. So everybody is welcome in my house.
Okay, don't be careful when you say that. Roaches and
Virtual
rats
house.
like to live in other people's houses. Don't want no negative energy in your house.
That's true.
Yeah.
That's
All right. Well, you seem to be wonderful, easy to talk to. Where can people find you if they want to follow you and may get inspired, or maybe hire you as a coach?
Yeah, on Instagram, Health Coach Angela, and same on Facebook. Yeah.
All right. We have the summer pretty much here in the next few weeks. Are you doing any specials or anything for new clients, or is it just the same?
At the moment, I'm working on a course which I'm going to open up pretty soon for enrollment. And yeah, if your listener is interested, I can provide a free PDF like file for alternatives, natural alternatives for Ozempic. So
Ooh.
if somebody is interested in that, I can shoot you the link.
Yeah, I have the link actually. I was going to ask you about this, so I'm glad you brought that up. And I'll put that in the show notes for people who want to find out about that. I think that's really interesting because a lot of people are doing that right now. Really quick, what are your thoughts on the hormones?
You mean
Taking them, like a lot of doctors.
hormone replacement therapy?
Yeah, they don't do the work. They're just giving people stuff as fixers instead of really dealing with the lifestyle issues that people have.
Hormone replacement therapy is a total different game. I'm really open to it if you have a good doctor who knows what they're doing. Dialing somebody in and getting them taken care of can be very beneficial. Unfortunately, there is so much stuff happening which is not very good, and too much, too harsh. And those poor people go through the ringer. But if you have a doctor who really dials somebody in and has it down, I work with a couple doctors and they're fantastic. Very beneficial. Yes, very beneficial.
Awesome. All right. Well, it was a pleasure talking to you and being, I appreciate you being on my show, and we look forward to following you and seeing all the wonderful things you're doing, and hopefully your business goes to the next level.
Oh, thank you so much for having me. It was, yeah.
All right, everybody. This has been another episode, and we'll see you next time on Fit Over 40 with Coach Clarence.